Welcome to the stage, Vice President and General Manager of Data and Analytics, Gerrit Kazmaier.
Hi, I am Gerrit Kazmaier. I am the VP and GM of Data Analytics at Google Cloud. Data, analytics, and AI are already having a profound impact on how organizations operate. It helps them to become more customer-centric, to innovate faster, and to run more sustainably. So, to get us started, let's take a look at how some of these companies are doing this with Google's Data and AI Cloud today. Juicy, an adventure tourism company, used BigQuery to build an AI-driven customer self-service portal. Juicy leverages BigQuery for instantaneous business insights and to make fast decisions. Now, they are driving 97% of their sales with zero human interaction. Dun & Bradstreet, they combine their data lake and their data warehouse into Google Cloud Storage with BigQuery. They gained new analytics capabilities and they built new data products, and all while improving the analytics performance 5 times. Priceline uses BigQuery's AI capabilities and their own proprietary algorithms to offer personalized services and to recommend products to their customers. Priceline applies generative AI to offer sophisticated trip planning suggestions to their customers as well. And Priceline employees will benefit from easier access to internal information and realize real productivity gains by automating some of their time-intensive content and coding generation tasks with generative AI. SG Bank traditionally used on-premise infrastructure, but as they grew larger, as they grew more complex, they realized that this would become unsustainable. They moved their data architecture on a single platform on BigQuery. They interconnected 176 banks. They improved their data sharing, and all while reducing their data infrastructure costs by 50%. And a big shout out to all of the tens of thousands of BigQuery customers out there who are running billions of queries, who are analyzing exabytes of data every day across cloud. Isn't this a mind-blowing scale? So, before we go into what's next, let's hear from one of those customers directly and how they are taking action on their data with Google's Data and AI Cloud. Please welcome from Wendy's, the VP of Data Management and Analytics, Wendi Eriksen. Hey, Wendi.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. Please have a seat. So, to get us started, for the ones who don't know, tell us a bit about Wendy's.
Great. So Wendy's is the second largest quick service restaurant hamburger chain in the United States. We have about 7,000 locations in more than 30 countries. Wendy's is a company that has innovation built into our DNA. That really started in about 1970 when Dave Thomas introduced the first modern drive-thru, changing the QSR industry as we know it. Today, we're focused on global growth and digital acceleration. And with that, we're becoming a true digital technology-enabled company.
So, of course, we want to hear about the data and AI strategy at Wendy's.
Of course. Our strategy at Wendy's is to build a centralized, trusted source of truth. And when we get everything centralized, we can take those pieces of data and combine them into really rich insights into what our business is doing. We leverage BigQuery for our data lakehouse, which makes our information available in relevant time and easily accessible for our business to use. It provides us a really rich foundation for us to tackle a variety of AI and data use cases. For example, I can tell you within minutes of an order being completed exactly what that order was. I could take that and then combine that with purchase history and promotions that we have coming and use that for predictive analytics and demand forecasting. This solution, along with some other data help drive our decisions around our prime locations to build restaurants. And I can't forget to mention our most exciting use case, which is using generative AI in our drive-through in natural language.
So you're serving customers. Customers are very important. And you built your customer data platform on BigQuery. Can you share why you built your CDP on top of BigQuery?
Absolutely. We made the decision to build our CDP on top of BigQuery for multiple reasons. First, customer data should drive every retail business, and it's certainly the core of our business. Making that not have another data silo and making it easily accessible for others in our business was extremely important to that. Not to mention, we have over 3.5 million monthly active users in our loyalty program, so we needed the scalability of a platform like BigQuery to handle that load. Our second reason for doing this was we needed to control our customer data rather than allowing a tool to control it for us. This allowed us to pull that data out of the tool, making it available for any of the tools and easily able to switch out any of the customer technologies that we might need to. Finally, we know that over 70% of customers today expect a personalized experience. Right. And we needed to deliver that. And so we pulled our CDP out of any other platform and put it into BigQuery so that we could build on things like customer loyalty, we could build product affinity groups, and build greater personalization. We could then start to understand with third-party data how weather impacts our consumer buying behaviors.
Now that is really interesting because you just said weather data, and I know you're using traffic data. And all of the data is outside data, right? So can you tell us a bit more how you use third-party data sets in your data landscape?
Absolutely. It's a critical component for our data landscape for many reasons. So we use things like traffic data and competitive landscapes to determine where the prime locations to build new restaurants are. We use weather data and events data to help us with preparing our inventory to ensure we have enough inventory. And hey, you may have heard of those super fun Reggie Bush commercials that we have. That's because we have the third-party data that tells us 30% of our customer base are football fans.
I love it. And, we have to talk about AI, right? So,
of course.
Can you tell us a bit about the AI use cases that you're building with, your data for Wendy's?
Absolutely. I think we've just begun to scratch the surface of the AI use cases that we'll see, and I'm super excited for Wendy's to lead that journey. As I already mentioned, we do use voice AI in our drive-thru. This is a platform that Wendy's calls Fresh AI, and if you haven't done so, I encourage you to go check out the showcase that we have going on. We won't stop there, though. There's plenty of use cases that we're testing out. Probably the one that I'm the most excited about has to do with solving a problem in the data space. So we all know about the real challenges of data silos, data accessibility, confidence in the data, reliance on the technology teams to build out visualizations of the data. Wendy's is currently testing multiple approaches using generative AI on top of our trusted data sources to help solve that problem. But think about that. I mean, the possibilities are endless when we get that right.
So many of the people here, many of the customers, right, that we hear about, they are all thinking about generative AI, right? So as you said, Wendy's off to a great start. You have implemented and actually operationalized your first use case with generative AI. And, I really wonder, what helps Wendy being a tech leader and an innovator in that space?
Absolutely. I guess I would say, I mentioned before that innovation is built into our DNA as a company. But additionally, I think our people are what make the difference. We have fantastic partnerships, such as the partnership that we have with Google. We have a really strong business and technology leadership team. We have a forward-looking board of directors who is always challenging us. And our CIO is known for doing the impossible, so we can't forget to mention that. But equally important, we have a really strong relationship with our franchisees, and they are constantly volunteering their restaurants to be early adopters of these new technology advances.
So, last but certainly not least, I have to ask the question, why did you choose Google Cloud, and what is the value that you have realized from it?
Yeah, of course. So we chose Google Cloud for multiple reasons. We needed the compute power, so it not only does it have the compute power, but the offerings that we needed to make our business successful. You're also a leader in innovation, so that adds to the mix. What I would say is things like the power of Vertex AI alongside of BigQuery let us perform things like sentiment analysis on social media impressions that we're listening for. If we take that data, we can then add in some of our operational data like speed of service and labor reporting, and we can really start to understand what is driving that social media impression. Were we slow that day? What was going on in our restaurants that day? From there, we can then run some what-if scenarios and change different business inputs to figure out what is the right course of action to solve those problems. Google is also an innovator in AI, and because of this, we know that we can deliver an elevated experience for our customers in the drive-thrus. Think about this for a second. This is a monumental task that we're performing together. Our menu complexity is enormous. There's something more than 200 billion ways that you can order a Dave's Double.
That is amazing.
Right?
I have no idea.
Yes. 200 billion. And the complexities are being solved with what we're doing together. Add in the noise and the issues that you have with a drive-through speaker. It's huge. It's a huge task that we're doing. We also know that over 75% of Wendy's customers choose the drive-thru as their ordering preference. So we have to get this right. But we're confident with Google being our partner to get there.
That is so awesome. Thank you, Wendi, for sharing your amazing data and AI journey with us today.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The power of AI really allows us to reimagine what we do, how we do it, and who we do it for, in virtually all parts of an enterprise. Just like the example from Wendy's, we now have the most powerful technical infrastructure and the best AI models at our hands. And for many companies, it feels like just being just one step away from turning AI into your enterprise AI and start solving real business problems like we just heard. That step is to activate your data with AI. Your data is your most valuable and your most differentiated asset. It's the key to unlock the power of AI for your business. It is the information on how your business runs. It's the information on what makes you unique for your customers, and it can hold the secrets for making it better. For some, like the customers that we have just heard about, it is a small step to activate their data with AI. But for others, that step is as wide as a canyon, rendering an AI-driven future a distant dream. The solution is to understand data and AI in duality. The solution is to build on an AI data foundation to make AI easily available to all your data practitioners and to make your data easily accessible to AI models. And there are 3 steps for you to build an AI data foundation. First, it starts with interconnecting all your data, structured and unstructured in any format across all locations. The second step is to bring AI to your data so you can securely and quickly build AI models with it. And third, to boost your productivity with AI, helping data teams to analyze data, generate code, and to optimize your data workloads. This AI data foundation is Google's Data and AI Cloud. So let us start with the first step, with interconnecting all your data. Your workloads are increasing, new file formats, more unstructured data across clouds and on-premise systems. And we hear you. There are just too many tools for you to learn and to navigate in between. Data is spread over tens, sometimes hundreds of data silos. And every AI project is really a data project in disguise. But there is a better way. You need the simplicity of BigQuery to interconnect all of your data. BigQuery enables you to manage structured and unstructured data with fine-grained access controls across all clouds, but without you moving the data. BigQuery enables you to analyze and smoothly work with all of the major open source file formats, self-managed data lakes, and Google's high-performance BigQuery storage. BigQuery also enables you to connect large-scale data sets with real-time data streams. Interconnecting all your data specifically means going beyond structured data records. The majority of the data out there is what? It's unstructured. And the majority of that data is never analyzed. Yet, Gen AI holds enormous potential for analyzing both structured and unstructured data. It is a key step in your data journey to make sense of this unstructured data, be it images, voice, documents. You have to analyze it and combine it with your structured data records. This ultimately unlocks the real 360-degree insights into your business. This is why we have just made big lake object tables generally available. And they are there to easily access, traverse, process, and query unstructured data in BigQuery. And we also announced today the general availability in Big Lake for the Hudi and Delta file format. Big Lake has seen hypergrowth. Just since the beginning of this year, Big Lake usage has seen a 27-fold increase in usage. And today, we are taking Big Lake one step further. Today, I am thrilled to announce the preview of fully managed Iceberg tables in Big Lake. So you can use high-throughput streaming, I love the spirit of that, high-throughput streaming and ingestion on all of your Google Cloud Storage data. You get a fully managed experience for your lakehouse with storage optimizations built in, and you can perform DML transactions and use consistent modifications and get improved security for your Iceberg table data, all while retaining full Iceberg reader compatibility. But interconnecting all your data doesn't stop at the boundary of a cloud, does it? Many of our customers are wanting to analyze and to manage data in AWS or in Azure. This is why we are taking BigQuery Omni to the next level. And today we are announcing BigQuery Omni for cross-cloud materialized views and cross-cloud joins. Interconnecting all of your data doesn't stop at any cloud, really, does it? So today, we are also extending our support for analytics to on-premise. We are bringing Dataproc Spark to Google's distributed cloud. Now, with this, you can run Dataproc Spark on sensitive data in your data centers to support compliance or data sovereignty requirements. And you can interconnect it with your BigQuery data in Google Cloud. Interconnecting all your data also means that you need to have a data governance and data management that goes from the ingestion of data to the processing, to model training, up to model deployment. We have just added intelligent data profiling to Dataplex. And those capabilities help you to understand the completeness, the accuracy, and the validity of your data. And today, we announce extended support in Dataplex for data management and governance, covering Vertex AI. Users will get a single pane of glass for all of your data and your AI assets, including Vertex AI models and datasets, operational databases, and all your analytical data on GCP. This is the first step of Google's Data and AI Cloud, interconnecting all your data. Let us go to the second step. Let us talk about bringing AI to your data. This means making AI easily accessible to all your data teams and making it effortless for you to make your data accessible to AI models, to train and deploy them. This makes the development of AI really secure, fast, and simple. Our customers already are running hundreds of millions of machine learning predictions in BigQuery today. In just the last 6 months, ML operations in BigQuery have grown more than 250% compared to last year. And today, we are taking the next step by bringing generative AI to your BigQuery data. Today, we are announcing the ability to access Vertex AI's foundation model directly from BigQuery. With just a single statement, you can connect a BigQuery table with a large language model in Vertex. And you can tune and use prompts with all of your BigQuery data. This allows you to use Gen AI capabilities such as text analysis on your data or generate new attributes for your table data in BigQuery. With just a few clicks, you can use the Vertex Doc AI workbench to build a personalized LLM extractor, which then can be directly accessed from BigQuery to extract specific knowledge from your data. Faraday is a leading customer prediction platform, and they previously had to manage multiple data pipelines, do complex joins over multiple data sets. And now, not only can they simplify their sentiment analysis, but they can take also the customer sentiment, join it with additional customer attributes, and feed it right back into a large language model to get hyper-personalized content. And all of that within BigQuery. Bringing AI to your data also means embracing the ecosystem of pre-trained models and machine learning frameworks. And today, here comes a big one, we are announcing the general availability of BigQuery's machine learning inference engine. With this, you as a BigQuery customer, you can run predictions on Google Cloud Vision, natural language and translation models. You can import models in formats like TensorFlow Lite, Onyx, or XGBoost, and you can use directly models hosted in Vertex AI. And to bring AI to your data, we made BigQuery the place to store all of your ML features and vector embeddings. This is why we are announcing today the BigQuery preview feature of feature tables and vector embedding indexes. By loading your feature and vector data into BigQuery, you can do powerful semantic searches. You can run recommendation queries, all at the scale of your BigQuery data. And you can manage your features as you manage the same way as you manage your other data. And plus, we will automatically synchronize your feature data in BigQuery with Vertex AI Feature Store to enable low latency serving in your web applications, but without having you moving the data. Bringing AI to your data also means bringing the teams together who are working on AI and data in a shared environment. And we are excited to announce the preview of our brand new and super awesome BigQuery Studio. BigQuery Studio is now a place where data engineering, analytics, and machine learning can be brought together in one environment. And customers like Herb make it now fast and easy for their data and AI teams to work smoothly together across the full data lifecycle. BigQuery Studio allows you to write SQL, Python, frameworks like Spark, and other languages, and run it on the petabyte scale of your data, but without any additional infrastructure management overhead. And to all of the Python coders out there, I assume there are some, I hope there are some, when we say bringing AI to your data, this also means a simple way for you to run Python for data science directly in BigQuery. And today, we are announcing the preview of our BigQuery Data Frame API. With BigQuery Data Frames, you can use familiar APIs for Pandas or scikit-learn and prepare, train on, and score data inside of BigQuery and leverage the scale of our serverless infrastructure. Yeah. And of course, BigQuery Studio, when you write Python code in it, you want to have the best awesome notebook experience there possibly can be. This is why BigQuery Studio gives you direct access to Colab Enterprise. It is a new offering that brings Google's cloud security and compliance to Colab. And to provide you flexibility and choice at the same point in time, we are also deepening our partnerships with Hex, DeepNote, and Jupyter for notebooks. Bringing AI directly to your data in BigQuery is the second step in Google's data and AI cloud. So let us go to the third step. Let us go to bringing AI to your data foundation by using generative AI to analyze code, generate code, analyze your data, and optimize your data workloads. Google Cloud is built with the leading AI models. And Duet AI is our collaborative experience that helps you work on GCP. I am thrilled to announce the preview of Duet AI in BigQuery. Duet AI can assist you with writing SQL and Python code and allowing you to focus more on logic and outcomes. It auto-suggests code in real time, and it generates full functions and code blocks for you. And it helps you through your data work with a chat-based experience. We also brought Duet AI to our data migration service to help you modernize your legacy application through automatic SQL translations. And now with Duet AI in BigQuery, data companies at companies like L'Oreal, they can gain chat and code collaboration to speed up all of their data work. We also brought Duet AI to Dataplex. Duet AI and Dataplex can be used for metadata insight to solve what we call the cold start problem. How do you know which questions you can ask of your data? Leveraging Duet AI, we help you jumpstart your analytics with a generated list of questions based on your data and how this data is being used. And now with one-click access, you can turn those questions into SQL queries in the new BigQuery Studio. We also took it one step further in helping you to analyze your data. More than 10 million users access Looker every month. And they gain deeper insights from over 1,000 data sources and more than 800 community connectors. And now it's time to bring generative AI to business analytics. I am fired up to announce Duet AI for Looker. Duet AI for Looker allows you to do conversational data analysis in natural language. Duet AI in Looker can automatically generate dashboards and reports by you telling Looker the goals of your analysis. Duet AI in Looker can generate Google Slides for you, so you can take it to the next meeting and discuss your findings with your colleagues. You can use natural language to create visualizations and calculations. And you can rapidly build data models in LookML by just telling Looker the intent of your data model. Our vision for Looker has always been to reduce the time between insights and actions. Imagine being able to chat with your data. Reimagine what report or dashboard generation could be. And reimagine how decision makers get to the right answers in the right moment and in the right format. Bringing generative AI to help data teams is the third step in Google's data and AI cloud. And now, I think it's time we take a look at how BigQuery and Looker, the AI data foundation, look like in action. Please welcome from Google Developer Relations, Jason Davenport. Take it away, Jason.
Thank you, Gerrit. So many great launches to help our analysts, engineers, and scientists get more done with Google's data cloud. I'm excited to share how all these features will come together in a video walkthrough today, which I recorded over the weekend, just in case I had any technical difficulties. Working to build insights in any platform is the goal of this video today, and we'll be stepping through it to see this come to life for a manufacturing plant. First, I'll open my dashboard for my plant application powered in Looker. And here, we can see that we have an issue in one of our sites, so we're going to go ahead and click into that. All right. We're pulling up, and the first thing we're going to do is notice that we have a problem, and specifically in throughput. So as we start to look around, we can see that we have a dip at the hour of 2 p.m. Now, with Duet AI and Looker, we're going to bring AI to our data. So let's learn why throughput is down. Why did throughput drop at 2 p.m.? All right, we can see here, so knowing context is really important in this scenario. And what Duet has thoughtfully done is suggest recommendations for me because it understands the question that I asked and all the things about my data in order to make sure that it can give the right answers back. And in a few turns, we can see that we have some machine issues. Here, some press machine failures and then some inventory overflows. So we can go ahead and start working on that fix. Now, this is really helpful, and without Duet, I probably would have had to take some engineering time in order to actually get to this answer since the data wasn't readily available. Ultimately, though, because this is reactive, what we want to do is be proactive in our dashboard and actually recommend actions for us to go use. So with that, we need to build a model that predicts our downtime and then put it on here so we can actually avoid this going forward. So let's go ahead and get working to build this using our single, simple, unified environment, BigQuery Studio. Here, we can build anything that we want, including in Python. So let's go ahead and get to this. First, I'll see what data I already have available. Here, we can see that I have a data set that's in Google Cloud and then another data set that's in AWS. There's a throughput table that looks promising to use as a starting point. What I need to do, though, is I need to validate that this data is actually good because it needs to go into my model, and I need to make sure my model is high quality. So let's go ahead and open the throughput table. Let's go ahead and open the table. Thank you. All right. Now I can see here, I'm on the data profiling tab, that I can perform some lightweight data analysis right out of the box. And next, I need to make sure that this data is actually governed well, or it has high quality. And we can see that we have quality checks already in place, so I know that this data is maintained. Also, because we're using Duet AI, it's already analyzing our data and all of the queries that we've done before this. So what we can do is use insights to actually suggest business questions to our users. Let's open one of these queries in BigQuery to see one of the insights. It's really cool for this because what we're doing is I just had the question, and I could immediately start to see things about my data that are really useful. All right, now we need to actually build our model. And to do that, we're going to need a few more data features. And it looks like our AWS data set has some data features that are going to be useful for us. Since we're going to be building our ML model, though, I'm going to do this in a Jupyter notebook. So let's make sure we can do this to collaborate more effectively. All right, here we're going to, as the notebook opens, ask Duet AI to help us build a model. And with this model, we'll be generating a multi-cloud query for us to bring our data together and then predict our throughput based on the attributes that we have of our data. And it can also detect my spelling errors because I am not a good speller sometimes. All right, with that, we have our SQL query, and we can see here that we can create our model with that. Also, down toward the bottom, we have our join. So we just joined all this data from multiple clouds in a single, simple join operation. And there's nothing more complex here than what we have. All right, so Duet AI is really helping me not just code faster, but it's also helping me get to my insights even faster. So let's go ahead and start getting these business questions answered in a way that really works well for us. So I need to make sure that my model will actually run. We have this model, but it's based on this table, and it's not based on my data stream. In the same notebook here, what we're going to do is mix programming languages and start using Python. First, we'll use a few lines of code here. And what we'll do is actually see our model predicting in real time against our production data. So we know that this data is ready for our production environment and this model specifically. And since these predictions are a great start, what I want to think about now is how I can actually give my plant operators recommendations for what to do. Because ultimately, if they know what they can go do immediately for preventative maintenance, the plant will be even better. So we have some unstructured data for this that resides somewhere else. And what we're going to do is pull that in. We're going to use what's called retrieval augmented generation, which is a really, really big set of words, and just means that we're going to actually use our data to build tools for an LLM in order to help build an even better response that's grounded and has more safety in it to reduce hallucinations. And this seems, honestly, like sometimes a lot, but we can do it here with just a few lines to really bring it to life. First, let's do this and bring our AI to BigQuery. So using LLMs, powered by Vertex AI, we're going to actually connect all these data points together in our models. We're going to summarize all of this, and we're going to create numerical representations of our summaries, or vectors, to help with these searches and groupings. Next, we're going to pass a question into the LLM, which will help us get our vector and the summary of the closest thing that was related to that. This we'll then use to actually get our prompt. We'll pass that in, and then we'll get our recommendation for what our users should actually go do in order to make the plant work better. And in this case, making sure that our employees are properly trained on how the garage door should open and what happens when they disconnect the power. This would have taken us a lot of time and data scientists in order to actually make this happen. And here, we just did it in a matter of minutes using generative AI in BigQuery. And the benefit of this is that all of our data remained in place. We brought compute to our data to keep it secure. All right, we get this. Let's get our pipeline deployed. And now, let's go back to our actual big data application where we can see predictive results coming through. And with the power of Looker, we can use actions to notify our plant personnel that they need to take action. All right, so let's summarize today. We went from reactive to proactive using the data cloud and generative AI, and we made it happen at scale using secure technologies and at scale across all of our data. We can't wait to see what you build with these new capabilities in your data stack. Back to you, Gerrit.
Thank you, Jason. What an awesome demonstration. Now, imagine what is possible in your future with the ability to unlock the potential that your data holds. When all of your data is interconnected, when you can make AI easily available to all your data users, when users can chat with your data, and when data practitioners can harness the power of generative AI. We believe that your data, it's the key to unlock your AI transformation, to continuously solve for what's coming next, and to innovate in your industry. And this is why we are building, with so much passion, Google's Data and AI Cloud for you. And we are thrilled that we are joined by over 1,000 software partners who are powering their applications with Google's Data and AI Cloud to help you on your data journey. But now, it's time to turn it over to you. Get started with Looker and BigQuery today. Sign up into our preview programs and join our data analytics sessions here at Next 23 to learn more about product innovations, hear awesome customer stories, and gain hands-on experience from our development experts. I am so excited to be on this journey together with all of you. Thank you.